Hey there everybody, Popontop here, and I am a Binding of Isaac Rebirth kind of aficionado, badass, general, all-around good player and stuff. And I got some good news for everyone else out there who enjoys the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. The first DLC, or maybe the only DLC I guess, for the Binding of Isaac Rebirth has been announced. It'll be called Afterbirth. And I'm really excited for it, like really hype. I've been playing this game a lot as it is, and just to add more stuff to it is an amazing thing. I want to kind of use this opportunity to share my opinions and stuff. I do have a list here. You might hear a piece of paper crinkling, but I do have a list here of all the things that they're going to be adding to the game. So first of all, we got 100 plus new items. That's pretty badass. I like that a lot. And just a friendly reminder here, got some gameplay going on in the background. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that. It's a pretty badass run. It's a little interesting. Just make sure to watch it and enjoy. It's real good. I like it a lot. It was a fun gameplay. I just recorded it right now. But I figured it'd be cool to throw some gameplay in the background, other than see my ugly face or whatever. But yeah, we got 100 plus new items coming. That's good. There's like 300 something in the game, I believe. I'm not really good with those exact numbers or whatever, but 100 plus new items. More variety is better. As long as they make them like in equal balance. That's my one concern with that. Is like I don't want there to be like 100 plus really good items, like 100 plus quad shots, polythemuses, or stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about, where like it should be like some of those items should be bad. That's my point with that or whatever. So we also get a full new game mode to change how you play. I'm not even sure what the hell that is, coming from Ed or whatever. I'm sure it changes how I play, right? And so it's interesting. I'm always like, I'm a multiplayer gamer. Like I like to play games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, and the more modes the better. Something else different to try or whatever, I'm always down for. So I'm definitely down for that. 10 new challenges. Challenges are good. I've enjoyed the challenges that I've played so far, and I'm interested to try some new ones. Hopefully they're interesting. Some of the challenges, I've heard other YouTubers have the complaint that they're too easy. I don't know if challenges are necessarily meant to be easy. They're just like a label, I think. It's more like, here's an interesting run. We'll just like give you from a setup or whatever. And if they do that, especially if the 10 new challenges include mostly some of the 100 new items, I'd be down with that a lot. A new playable character. That's one of the things on the list. A new playable character, I'm down with that. That's just like, I'm good with that. Not saying that I have been bored. I mean, because the original Binding of Isaac, to Rebirth, they added like 3 new characters. They added Lazarus, Eden, and Azazel. Yeah. So they added 3 new characters for Rebirth. 1 extra one. I mean, there's plenty of characters it is. I mean, I could go through every one and then have like a full night of entertainment. 1 more is obviously going to help. Yeah, if they're interesting, if they add a special dynamic, what I want them to do there is I would really hate it if they, made it so it was like a character that was like almost identical to another character or whatever. Maybe like a holy version of Azazel. That's kind of like my idea, my personal idea for it. Like Azazel's like the easy mode character. It's like, oh, you start with Brimstone, you can fly or whatever. Maybe you could get like an angel version of that where you could already fly, and you get like a nerfed Sacred Heart or whatever, like where it doesn't home, and something like that, or it does home but it does less damage, like half the damage of regular Sacred Heart or whatever. That'd be cool, like a little holy character. I don't know, maybe it's something like that. You never know. Also on the list we have a new alternate final chapter. So like, if you get all the way through the gameplay here, I don't know how deep we are into it. We're on boss rush right now. Kind of see it here in the corner of my screen, but yes, a new alternate final chapter is interesting. I don't know if they're going to make another picture, because right now you have the Polaroid or the negative, and that's a choice you take, and then you can either fight Blue Baby or the Lamb. I don't know if that's going to be the final chapter in that, or like eventually, I have gameplay up on my channel if you want to go check it out. You'll have a situation where you can fight Mega Satan, and I don't know if it's like a new Mega Satan fight, like that's different, or if it's like a whole new final floor or whatever the deal is. Hopefully a whole new final floor. That's my opinion on that. Make it interesting, make it like a new thing, right? Like 3 options. 2 options is good, because back in the original Binding of Isaac, you only had the choice of going down to the Shoal to fight the devil, and then there was nothing after that. Or you went to Isaac and then went to Blue Baby, so that kind of made an easy choice. Now you have 2 options. If you make a third one, completely valid. If you make a new final chapter, make it good. Make it so that you can access it from either Shoal, or like if it's gonna be like, going coherent with the chest in the dark room, to make it so that you can make it from either the Cathedral or Shoal. Like you don't have to go like, it's not another path from Cathedral only. Like, see, that's not. I want it to be something that's easily achievable, no matter how you want to go about achieving it. So we also have new alternate floors. That's pretty basic, right? It's like you either have the basement or the cellar, right? So if you added one of those for every one, I'd be impressed. I think that would be a great idea. I would really appreciate that. I'm just being honest here. I think it'd be really good, and I would really enjoy it a lot. Like stuff like that. Because what they have right now though is that, like, the cellar's the harder version of the basement floor. Is they're gonna make it one more harder floor, or like an in between? Stuff like would it be like, the basement's the easiest version of the first two floors, and then the cellar's the hardest version, and then like an in between, or like something above the cellar that's like way hard, like, and you're just like, you spawn into that and you're like, oh, I'm gonna die. It's interesting though. I'm down for a bunch of new stuff. I'm not hating on any of this. I'm just putting my concerns across, and you guys make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think of all these things and what your opinions are and stuff. We also have new game endings. I think new game's ending comes with goes along with the whole new final chapter thing. If you're gonna have a new final boss, which is the next thing on the list. If you're gonna have a new boss, new final bosses, and new game endings, that it kind of all goes together. Make them good. Just make them like you have been making them. That's all I have to say about that. We also have tons of new bosses and enemies. I'm really interested about this because I think it'll make the game a lot more interesting, because like, you get to a point when you're playing Binding of Isaac Rebirth where you're like, okay, I kind of get what this enemy does, or what this enemy does, so on and so forth, and you kind of understand how things work or whatever. It's just like you get into a pattern, especially when you don't play on hard difficulty. I mean, I'm not saying I dislike hard difficulty. I'll get to that a little bit later on in the list, but if you play on normal difficulty, it gets to the point where you're just like, okay, I can handle it. Like, you can play on hard and obviously make the difficulty harder, but I think a whole new round of enemies will make it that ability to readapt the game, because obviously they added a bunch of new enemies to Rebirth from the original Binding of Isaac and the Wrath of the Lamb expansion for that game, and it makes the game more interesting. At first, first you fight, Gurglings or Dingle, and you're like, oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Dingle, like the first, maybe 20 times I fought Dingle, I would just take massive amounts of damage because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with this boss, and I can handle it just fine. Sort of fine. Dingle still annoys me, but that's besides the point. I like that aspect of, because it's supposed to be a hard game. It's supposed to be something that you have to learn to play and be really good at. That's why I like playing it so much. I like that challenge, but I don't like Dark Souls 2. I don't like that's a random side note thing. But we'll see. We'll see about that if I get into that in the future. After liking this type of game, right? The permadeath and all that stuff. What else do we have on this list? We have new item pickups such as cards and trinkets, etc. Also, I'm assuming they put in the runes in there, right? More runes. It goes along with the more new items, the more the better. The more variety, the better. The more different runs can be. Because right now I've seen the different items. Even still, you can have sometimes that runs will feel like kind of samey, where you're like, oh, this is the same run that I played last time. Like, I became Guppy again, and it's a Guppy run. If you make, the more variety, the better. Hopefully they make them good. I'm interested. Hopefully they could do some funny things, though, again. Like a card against humanity, the card that makes poop pop all over the floor. I think that's an interesting card, and I think that if they did more, trolly things, pills, like Are You a Wizard, just some kind of trolly things in there, as well as, some really good stuff, too. They could add completely different things, like a shot speed pill, maybe. They didn't include pills in the list, but etc. I would assume it includes pills. So, a shot speed up pill, a shot speed down pill. Trinkets that do other different types of things, maybe some warm trinkets, maybe some other things. What else do we got here on the list? We have tons of new achievements and rewards for beating hard mode, which I think is fantastic, because I don't really want to play hard mode. I mean, it's harder, right? And I guess I get the entertainment value from that, where I'm all like, okay, I beat something that was more difficult than I had been playing before. But you don't get new items, you get little red borders around your little post-it notes or whatever, and you beat it on hard. And then you don't have to necessarily, once you beat it on hard once, you never have to go back to it again. I'm interested in what they're going to do to make these new achievements and rewards are. Hopefully it's an item for beating everything, right? You beat Mom with a character on hard, you get a new item. And that's how you unlock some of the new items. I don't know how many of these new items are going to be available right away, are going to have to be unlocked through circumstances, like by beating the new bosses with each character, so on and so forth. That should be probably like a 50-50 split. There should be some of the new items that as soon as you buy the DLC, you should have instant access to, because you paid for it. That's my opinion. That's you have to put those things in there. You have to have something new. You can't just be like, well, you can. I understand difficulty, and it's nice. And that's what I'm saying. Half the items should be, okay, you have to beat the new boss that we put in the game, and you have to beat hard mode. like with every character and so on and so forth, and you have to do all this stuff in order to unlock some of these items. But at the same time, right when I get the DLC, I want to be able to walk in my first item room. I mean, I understand that it's all RNG and it's random chance, but I would like it if I could get new items without having to like beat the game 10 times, 20 times, however many times after getting the DLC. I'd like to just like have new interesting runs from the beginning, besides just having new enemies, which obviously would spawn in right away. I don't think there would be any reason that new enemies would spawn after beating hard mode. So what else we got here? We got new co-op babies. I got not much to say about that. I play a little bit of co-op, but I play co-op. Try my panties off. Try my panties off is my fiance, and we have a lot of fun. It's fun. She plays Binding of Isaac. She's pretty good at it. I'm a little bit better. Not hating. I'm just telling her. She's probably watching this video right now and be like, nope, I'm better than you. Okay, whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, so co-op babies. You have more co-op babies. Like I said, the more the better. It kind of fits to that thing too. The last thing on the list here is new transformations, which is pretty interesting because currently we only have 2 transformations in the game. In the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, you can become Lord of the Flies by getting multiple fly items, as well as Guppy by getting Guppy items. 3 out of the 5 Guppy items. I have some ideas for transformations, so if you're listening to this video, Ed, hopefully you are, and you want to listen to Popontop here, Popontop. I don't get that many YouTube views or anything, so this is not something that I'm necessarily thinking it's gonna really impact the game. But I think these are interesting ideas. Make sure you guys let me know all your opinions on all of this so far, plus these transformations that I'm going to think of. So we got a couple ideas here. One transformation, the one that I think of is like a Mega Guppy. Like one of the ones I think of. I got a long list, so let's just get ready, get prepared for that. But yeah, one of the things I think about is Mega Guppy. So you have when you become Guppy, you have a chance to spawn flies every time you hit with your tears, and it's badass. I mean, Guppy's badass, right? But you should be able to become better Guppy. Like because there's currently 5 Guppy items. I don't know if you're gonna add more with 100 new items or whatever. So say there's still 5. Say you get a 4th Guppy item, you have like a slightly increased chance of getting flies when you hit things, right? You just become better Guppy, and then you get all. If you happen to get all 5 Guppy items, which happens super rarely, you become like super OP master and like pretty much summon flies every time you hit anything. And I think that would happen rare enough where it'd be a treat to have, and then like 4 would happen slightly more often than that, but still rare enough where it wouldn't happen because Guppy doesn't happen every run, right? Like just regular Guppy, so like super Guppy wouldn't be it would be a rare thing, and it'd be interesting just like. I don't know how you turn, like, transformation-wise, the character more Guppy looking, but you could figure it out somehow. Maybe it just would work in the fly sense, and it wouldn't be actually a physical thing you could see, besides the flies working better. A couple other transformations I can think of. A Bob transformation. There's 3 Bob items in the game, and I believe if you collect all of them, you should become Bob. And it kind of look like Sloth, like a green guy. Because you got Bob's Curse, which give you poison bombs, and you got Bob's Brain, which is like, like a poison bomb you kind of just shoot with your tears occasionally. And then you got Bob's Rotten Head, which is a bomb you could throw. It's an active item that you can use in that type of function. So, I figure if you get the entire Bob thing, it should give you Ipecac immediately. Because that's what the poison bomb, right? And it should give you Ipecac. I don't know about the ability to fly for that. Maybe it should give you... Maybe if you got all the Bob items, like your poison would be especially intense, and it would or maybe it'll just give you poison tears, because Bob's kind of thing is kind of poison, but it's poison bomb thing. So I think it should give you Ipecac, which is poison tears that are bombs. You'd still have poison bombs whenever you dropped them because you had Bob's Curse. You shoot Bob's Brain on occasion with your Ipecac shot, which would be like double shot almost at that point, like a 20/20 type of thing. And you'd have Bob's Rotten Head as your spacebar item or active item or whatever you want to call it, and that would kind of work out in that function. What other transformations do I think of that would be good? I mean, you guys obviously make sure to let me know what you think. I think there should be a Cricket transformation. Like, Cricket is Isaac, story-wise, it's Isaac's dead dog, I believe. And there's 2 Cricket items. And I hope in this 100+ new items, the first thing I listed off on the list, there's more Cricket items. Because this transformation would work a lot better if they had more Cricket items, because you can't just get 2, but like Cricket's head and Cricket's body are like some of the 2 I'd probably top tier items in the game. Right? Cricket's body is really interesting for like if you can get, especially the higher tier rate you get, the more badass it is. And then obviously Cricket's head is probably one of the best damage upgrades in the game. Probably one of the just best items in the game in general. And then you obviously that's an easy one. You can just easily make a transformation, make yourself look like Cricket. I mean, if you're gonna add more things, you can just kind of do it like how you did with Guppy. Because even if when you see the Cricket's body item or whatever, the thing doesn't have paws, so you can make Cricket's paw, which would work differently, I think, than Guppy's paw. I mean, maybe you can make it work like Guppy's paw, except for the fact that, you know, I don't know, you turn soul hearts into red hearts, or something like that. Or soul hearts, black hearts, whatever, into red hearts. Maybe they added a new different type of hearts. They didn't say that, but you know, there's an and more at the bottom of the list. So I'm just gonna get through my transformations though. Cricket transformation would be really cool. The effects of that, it adds you to flying like Guppy. I think that would be good, and maybe like increase the damage again, like the damage multiplier from Cricket's head, and then like maybe like or maybe you could just like double the amount that Cricket's body shoots out, or maybe do both, right? Just make it super badass. Also a Tammy thing. We added more Tammy items in the game. Tammy is Maggie's cat, I believe, story-wise. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this, but I used to know all this stuff, but that was like a long time ago. I've been just playing the game a lot. Playing a lot of other stuff too, but that's besides the point. But yeah, Tammy transformation. We got Tammy's head in the game. You could obviously add a Tammy's body, or like maybe Guppy items would count, like 9 lives because it's still a cat would count towards Tammy's head thing. But then you'd have like Tammy's paw and Tammy's tail, and you know, Guppy's tail increases the chance for golden chests. You could have Tammy's tail increase the chance for regular chests, or like something else, right? And then you could have, you know, Tammy's body that, or which would be 9 lives, because 9 lives would be the one that would cross both of them. Or maybe not. Maybe you could have a different thing. Maybe you could have like, I don't know, like the Dead Cat 2.0 or whatever. I don't know what you'd call it, but it'd be like, because that's what 9 lives is, the Dead Cat. So like the Dead Cat 2.0, and like maybe instead of 9 lives, it gives you like 5 or something. I don't know, like some number, and then like, but it brings you back with a different amount of HP. I'm not a game balancer. I don't code or anything like that, so I know nothing about that. But you guys let me know what you think of those ideas. Let me know if you have any other cool transformations down below in the comment section. I have some more cool ideas, I think, but like, I don't necessarily want to, you know, give all my secrets away. I mean, unless you are listening, Ed, then you go ahead and make sure to contact me, and I'll tell you all the cool things. One more transformation I want to make sure that I get across is the spider transformation, because you have Lord of the Flies, where you can fly and then you get flies, and it's actually pretty similar to Guppy. But ever since the Binding of Isaac Rebirth came out, I've kind of noticed that there have been a lot more spider items. Like you can get box of spiders, you can get, I mean, I guess Quad Shot has always been Mutant Spider, right? And then you can get like Mom's Wig. I mean, Mom's Wig is a whole different thing. You can make a mom transformation with Mom's Wig, Mom's Heels, Mom's Lipstick, Mom's Underwear. I mean, that's like a lot of range upgrades. But say you became Mom, you automatically get Mom's Knife. Or maybe you have to get Mom's Knife as part of the thing, as one of the items or whatever. You get Mom's Knife, you become Mom. Mom can fly, is wearing a dress, character, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, back to my idea for a spider transformation. You turn into a spider. You kind of walk around on multiple legs, right? Maybe you can do things like, I don't know, it wouldn't be like a flying transformation, but like becoming a spider would do different things for you. Like you'd summon spiders all the time and all different other types of things. I don't know. I think it'd be a cool situation. My gameplay is kind of running out here. We're getting a little bit close to the end of this run. Might just like start commentating it or whatever. If you haven't noticed, this is a run where I had Polyphemus, and I was playing as Maggie, and I picked up technology on the boss rush mode, and then ended up getting technology 2 on the chest. I'm obviously playing on PS4 though, because they have not yet nerfed Krampus's head. I know that on PC, I play on PC as well, but they nerfed Krampus's head to be a 6-room charge instead of a 3-room charge. So I mean, that's okay. I wonder if that update's gonna show up once the DLC comes out. I did read online on the article about the Binding of Isaac Rebirth that this expansion was supposed to be coming out this summer sometime, which would be nice. I'd be happy with that. I'd definitely be down for, you know, the summer would be a good time. I still got plenty of Rebirth to play. I mean, my PlayStation 4 file reset because I had to, like, my PlayStation 4 got messed up, so I had to get a new one, and then that one didn't have my save file or whatever. But yeah, the run's pretty much coming to an end. The gameplay's coming to an end. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure to let me know what you guys think of everything. Make sure to leave a like rating down below if you enjoyed. If you would like to check out the article that I'm referencing where I got all this information from, it's the official Binding of Isaac thing. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can check it out for yourself. The words from Ed's mouth himself. But you should go tell Ed. You should like promote him this video and tell Ed, hey, yo, Popontop's got some good ideas for transformations. I mean, I got good ideas about other things too, but like I'm not a game designer. I just have good ideas. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like rating down below if you have. If you're somehow new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so you can check out obviously Afterbirth DLC content as well as more Binding of Isaac Rebirth until then. And there'll be plenty of that coming up. Other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day or whatever time it may be, and I'll see you in the next episode.